After 6 months of hard work and life being crazy, I have finally reached the halfway-ish point of my book. I'm 2,000 words short, but that's what we're going to be doing today, is reaching that 50,000 mark on my first ever fantasy book. And I just thought I'd bring you along with me. This is kind of a big, exciting moment for me. I've never remotely come close to this. I have always loved writing, but I've been a little distractible. We'll just call it that, because I'll start a book and get within maybe what would be like a chapter and then get distracted by a new idea. And this is the first time I've really sat down and put just everything into one. And it's been so fun and I've learned so much already. And it's honestly turning out really good. Now, with it being a first draft, there are some very rough patches and there are some very great patches, and eventually we'll smooth that all over. But that's not the goal for today. So I'll just go ahead and jump into some quick background on my book before we get started. It is a fantasy targeted for like new adult. It follows our main character Sybil, and there's also Piper and Alec. They're the three main ones, but it is first person following Sybil. They start learning that maybe the academy they're going to isn't everything they thought it was, and they start learning a lot of secrets that makes them question a lot of things. It's kind of a mystery, adventure, there's betrayal, banter, tension, just a whole bunch of great things, and it's been so much fun to write. So let's just go ahead and get into this and reach that goal. I've written about 500, a little over 500 words so far, and I thought I'd just pause to give a quick little update. It's been going pretty well. I've been struggling a little bit with getting into the flow of it. I did do my writing routine before, which normally helps, but I did have to take a very short break from writing, so just kind of getting caught back up to my story and where I'm at in my plot points. But it's definitely, as I'm going through it, coming back to me, and I'm kind of figuring out where I am, and it's starting to go faster, so hopefully this won't take too much longer. Currently, I'm writing a training scene with two of the main characters, and I'm starting to see why so many fantasy books have training scenes, because they're honestly just so much fun to write. Especially, it's kind of a nice break from like having to write the fluffy parts of the book, because I really struggle with putting in the filler, if that makes sense. So I have my main plot points, but then I guess it's the subplots that I struggle with. So like the lull in between those points. And a training scene is just, I don't know, I find it really fun, and there is a point to it. I promise I'm not just putting in needless training scenes, but they're just really fun to write, and it's kind of helping me get back in my flow. So I'm going to keep on going, and I'll probably update you after another 500 words, I would say. But if I get too much in the writing flow, I might just keep going so I don't break that up, because it can be hard to get back into it. So I might just update you once I reach 50,000. We'll just play it by ear. But let's go ahead and get back into it. words, which feels great. 6 months of work paid off. And now it's just another 50,000-ish words to go in the last half of the book. Hopefully that'll move much quicker now that I've learned a lot through this first half, and I do have a clearer picture of the second half as well. So we'll see how that goes. I'll bring you along with me, of course. But I think the thing I'm most worried about that slows me down is trying to write this in an academy point of view, because I've never been to college and I don't necessarily have many great books I've read that replicate that. So I struggle knowing like the classes and the classwork and the schedules and the studying. And those scenes are hard for me to write. So I think that might slow me down a little bit. Several scenes around the end that I'm super excited for. So I'm hoping those will help motivate me to push through. And also I can't wait to make more of these videos with you guys. I have so much fun with them. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching.